In this video, I'm going to talk about how I transform my skin naturally. So when I was 18 and I was kind of on my own, leaving the nest, buying all of my own products, I started with my food and I was really kind of obsessed about what I was buying, what was in it. I became that person who in the grocery store, I would just stand there and scan the ingredient lists, take pictures of things that I didn't know what they were, or text myself, save it in my notes somewhere, like, what the heck is this ingredient? And then I would go home. I was a single lady working at the time, and I would spend my free time after work researching these different ingredients and understanding, like, okay, why is this in pasta sauce? Like, it was a really interesting time, and I loved learning about food and nutrition. I kind of thought that that's what I was going to do with my life, but it really became more of a passion project for me. So I like to call this my discovery phase, because as I was learning these things over many, many years, I would start opting for, making the pasta sauce fresh with the tomatoes, with the herbs, basil from the garden, instead of buying the store-bought pasta sauce. And this wasn't always possible. I worked a lot at this time, and I was in school at this time, but I tried to do it as much as possible because I really, really cared about what I was putting into my body. I became super into like health and fitness and all of the things. So fast forward many, many years, I was planning on getting my IUD taken out because my husband and I were wanting to get pregnant. And at this time, I had struggled with what I thought was hormonal acne for many years. I don't even know. I'd have to do the math right now, but a long, long, long time, from the time that I was in high school until about this time when I got my IUD taken out. I guess I had acne a little bit into my pregnancy. But anyways, I got my IUD taken out and I came back and I felt like I really wanted to figure out what was going on with my skin. I always felt like it was odd that I was trying to eat so clean and I was drinking so much water, and I was like going on these long hikes, and I was capable in the gym, and I was doing like all the things to be healthy, but my skin would still flare up and I couldn't understand why, like what piece was missing. And when you get pregnant as a first time mama, I don't know if everybody is like this, but I realize I have kind of a personality in which I get fixated and a little obsessed with things. I just became really curious about not only the food I was putting in my body, of course, but really curious about all of the products I was putting on my body. So this is the time when I went to my bathroom and I started looking at all of my, I didn't wear a ton of makeup, but I started looking at my makeup. I started looking at my face wash, my shampoos, my conditioner. And what I realized was there was kind of that same false marketing that I had myth busted earlier in the food industry, like naturally fresh or whole, fully simple or whatever, that I knew after doing that food research at that time in my life was kind of a lot of BS. Like, you get something and it says super natural, and then you look at the ingredient list and you're like, but it has red dye 40 in it and it has gelatin. Like, what? How is this supernatural? It's not. It's just advertising marketing. And I realized somehow with my skincare products, I was not applying that same like investigative rigor or curiosity. I was just kind of drinking the Kool-Aid. And so I started to apply the same curiosity at the time that I was pregnant and really figured out, like, wait, what are in these things for real? And no surprise, I had the same discovery that I had had many years prior with learning about the food industry, that holy cow, the skincare industry is very, very similar. A lot of the things that were put into skincare products were not good for you. They could affect your hormones negatively. And it kind of blew me away, because as somebody who cared a lot about these things, I was like, how was I getting it over here, but like totally not even looking at it over here? But that's part of learning, and I'm so glad that I did, because during that process, I learned about facial oils. I had never, oh, my kitty's trying to get in. Hold on 1 second. So at the time, I started to learn about facial oils, and I realized something super cool about face oils and serums. Like food, they have, the oil is derived from the plant and they're filled with antioxidants and omegas and vitamins. And you could basically use plant oils as skin food, which was really, really incredible to find out. I also discovered, much to my surprise, and I'm sure many of yours, that you can use face oil not only to moisturize your face and get those, nutrient-rich ingredients on your skin, but you can also use facial oil to cleanse your skin. Which many of you might be thinking, like, imagine putting oil in your hand, putting it on your face, and wiping away impurities. It seems kind of confusing, but the thing with oil is that it actually attaches to the dirt and impurities, makeup, debris from your skin. And as you just kind of massage it in, they bind together. And then if you use a warm washcloth, you can, hi Reishi, you can just gently pat that oil away, and gone is all of the impurities and the oil that it binded to. But instead of being left with that like squeaky clean feeling that you might be used to after using like a soap-based face wash, your skin still feels moisturized and rejuvenated after washing it, which is huge. So I was on the hunt. I was on the hunt to get new skincare products, throw everything else out that I had been using because it was really all crap. And I started doing a ton of research, and there were two things that I found out that really surprised me. One was if I could find a brand that was really, really good, had really good ingredients, like True Botanicals, for example, it came with a super big price tag, like $250 for a 1 ounce bottle in many cases. And, planning on having a baby coming out of me in the next couple months, I just couldn't justify spending that much on skincare for one ingredient at the time. So then I started to look at more of the like economically available brands. So that was Burt's Bees, Jessica Alba's company, Honest, this company, Jason's. You guys might have seen them at like Target or Walmart. They sell their products for closer to the like 20 to 40, sometimes up to $50 price point. And that was a lot easier for me to be able to buy those things. So I started buying them. I bought, I think I tried honestly every single one of Jessica Alba's face products, not all of Burt's Bees, but many of them. And what I came to find is like, they just didn't work very well. The Honest serum was really not good. Like, it was supposed to work like a moisturizer, and I would wake up in the morning and my skin would still feel really dry. So I was kind of like, crap, the only option is to either spend a bunch of money or get these other brands that are somewhat clean, but they don't really work. And then when I started to look at Jessica Alba's company and Burt's Bees, for example, I started to look at the ingredients and realize, like, whoa, there's alcohol in Burt's Bees face wash. Why is that? There were still some preservatives in there that I wasn't really happy with. And while I completely understood that from a business perspective, from a consumer perspective, I wasn't really getting the best quality product. I feel like there's been an amazing revolution with the food industry. Like, consumers have demanded there be better products on the market that are more just simple and whole and closer to the whole food ingredients and don't have all the junk and preservatives. But that revolution has really yet to come with the skincare industry. And that's a big part of why I created this channel. There are a few brands doing some really cool things. I've created my own brand called Nectar Holistic Skincare. I think it's really important that consumers become educated about the ingredients that are in all of their skincare products. And that's why I created this channel. Each week, we're going to dive into many of these ingredients and learn about a lot of the awesome plants out there and what they can do to create supple, soft, youthful, glowing skin. It's really, really exciting. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. We're going to be diving deep into lots of different topics, learning so much. I think not everyone is super into skincare, but I think everyone has a desire to preserve their skin the best way they can as they age, to age gracefully. And I definitely feel that because I have 2 kids now. I'm pregnant with my 3rd. I feel it on my face all the time. I look in the mirror and I'm like, wow, you're aging a little bit, and I want to be able to help my skin along the process to moisturize it and give it everything that it needs. For those of you that want to get started right away, Like I said, you can go to nectarholisticskincare.com, which is my company, and you can look at the products that I currently have available if you want to get started with some really clean, really whole ingredient skincare products immediately. I have a facial cleanser that is amazing. I have a toner that helps to balance your natural pH, and I have a face serum that works as a moisturizer. It's amazing. It's filled with like the best of the best facial oils that you can use, and anyone who's tried it, you can see within like 7 days of using it, your skin is so soft and so supple. It's amazing. It's really, really awesome. So I'm excited to share that with you, and I hope that you guys tune back in for my next video because we have a lot of awesome things to cover. Woo! Okay,